Hello everyone, welcome to another Talk with Bliss section. My name is Blessing and here on this channel we talk about every single thing aviation. If this is your first time on this channel and you are also watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification button as every single week I'll be releasing a new video. I started a series last week on how to become a flight attendant in Nigeria Step 1. And under Step 1, I talk about the top 5 aviation schools we have in Nigeria for your cabin crew course. And I went into details telling you about each and every one of these schools. I also told you how to apply to each and every one of the schools. I'm glad that I've been getting positive feedback about these schools. Like, many people have found the video very helpful and they have been able to take step towards becoming a flight attendant. So today I'm going to be talking about how to become a flight attendant Step 2. And on this Step 2 I'll be telling you the requirement to becoming a flight attendant. I'm not going to say in Nigeria because this requirement is general. These are the requirements to becoming a flight attendant in any country you find yourself. These are the requirements that you need. So I was able to make my research. I was able to come up with the requirements. I want you to note that these requirements I'm telling you is requirement to becoming a flight attendant. They are not requirements to getting a job in a particular airline, because every airline have their policy of employment. Let me give you an instance. The general age requirement of becoming a flight attendant is 18 years, but you see Fly EMIRATE will come up and tell you that you must be 21 years old before they employ you. So they have their reason for coming up with such policy. Every airline have their policy. So this requirement I'm telling you, even if this airline does not employ you due to their policy, at least another airline should be able to employ you. So these are the general requirements to becoming a flight attendant. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. The first requirement on my list is the passion. You'll be wondering why I put passion as the first and foremost requirement. When you ask a lot of people, why do you want to become a flight attendant? Even you, as you're watching this video and you aspire to become a flight attendant, I want you to ask yourself, why do I want to become a flight attendant? I've gotten a lot of response like, oh, the job is fun. Oh, I like the way you guys put on the uniforms and a lot of stuff like that. Your reasons are very, very valid, but I want to tell you that this job entails a lot. It's way beyond just telling people welcome on board. It's way beyond serving people. It's way beyond that. The job entails a lot. At the end of the day, it's your passion that keeps you going. When you go for your first interview and you get rejected, it's your passion that will make you to still pick yourself up and go for another interview without getting discouraged. Trust me, this job entails a lot of things. There's a lot of challenges that comes with being a flight attendant. Right from your aviation school, if you don't have the passion, you will break down right from the school. Because when the passion is not there, the passion is what drives you, what keeps you going. I'm not going to be talking about qualities of becoming a flight attendant as part of my requirements. Qualities like hospitality, qualities like your anger management. I'm not going to be talking about all of that because I understand fully well as human, you cannot have all of these qualities. There will still be loophole in your quality. But the good thing is that when you have the passion, you will be able to adjust. You'll be able to work on yourself. It's that passion that drives you to wanting to change yourself, to becoming a better person, to fit into this job. Like, let me give you an instance. I know somebody, he's a heavy drinker. He drinks a lot. And part of the requirement to becoming a flight attendant is that you have to stay away from alcohol. Stay away from it. Anytime they do blood tests for you and you're found wanting, it can really affect your job. And this guy stopped drinking. He had to work on himself because of this job. Look at passion there. Passion is what gives you that determination. Passion will take you far in this job. How do you know if you have passion for this job? I want you to analyze. Go and make your research. Know what this job entails. Analyze and ask yourself this sincere question: do I really want to become a flight attendant? Ask yourself, why do I want to become a flight attendant? You really need to know all of this for yourself, so you will not just come into the sector and then you realize that what you thought this job is all about is not what you're meeting. Then you get discouraged, you get stuck halfway. I know a lot of people, just 1 month of working, they are tired of the job because there is no passion. This is not what they want to become. Passion makes you stand out. Like, even in your interview, in class, in your job, your working place, the passion is what makes you stand out. When you have passion for what you're doing, not just about this cabin crew, anywhere you are, any field you find yourself, you need to have passion for what you're doing. Yes, passion is very, very important. So the first requirement to becoming a flight attendant is passion. You need to have passion. The second requirement on my list is the age requirement. The age requirement to becoming a flight attendant all over the world is 18 years, nothing less than 18 years. I'm laughing because I got into my aviation school when I was 17. Let me explain what happened. When I was invited for the entrance exams and interview, after the entrance exam I passed, going in for the interview, we had to go in with our documents. That's where they check your documents and all of that. So I have a friend that went in before me. Then she came out very sad. I asked her what happened, and she was like, oh, they said they cannot take me in because I'm 17 years old. And at that period I was 17 years old. I'll be 18 in like 3 months time or 4 months time, yeah. And I was like, God, I cannot lose this opportunity. So I went in without my birth certificate. Then I told them that I'm going to bring the birth certificate tomorrow. Like, I actually forgot it at home. So after the interview, I called my mom. She was able to get another birth certificate for me. So that was how I was able to get in at 17. But please don't try that. I'm not the one that taught you this. I actually later corrected it. Yeah, I later corrected it. So the age requirement is 18 years old. The good thing is that if you're 15 years old and you're aspiring to becoming a flight attendant, you are still going to clock 18. So I'm trying as much as possible to make this video an encouragement, not a discouragement to anybody. Even if you're 15, even if you're 13, even if you're 10 years old and you want to become a flight attendant, you can still become a flight attendant. All you need is patience. The third requirement on my list is the qualification requirements. The qualification requirements. The qualifications you need to becoming a flight attendant is just your high school results, like your WAEC, your NECO, or GCE. That's what you need to apply into the aviation schools. Your high school result is enough. But however, if you have like your university degree, BSc, it's an added advantage when you want to get a job. Company policy, like as I've said before, company policy. But the real requirement all over the world is your high school result. You don't need a university degree, but as I said, however, it's an added advantage. The fourth requirement to becoming a flight attendant is your health requirements. Your health requirement. You need to be medically fit before you can come into the sector. If you have like some terminal disease, HIV, hepatitis, or like chronic asthma, you can't come into the sector because this job alone has its own health challenges. Talk more of you now coming in. You have to be healthy because when we are up, the air you breathe is not pure oxygen. So you need a strong immune system. You have to be healthy medically. In fact, before you get into your aviation school, you have to run a medical test. And if you're not fit, you cannot come into the sector. I'm sorry to break this news for you. If you're a sickle cell, you cannot come into the sector. However, you can check other aviation courses. If you really want to be in the aviation sector, you can check other aviation courses and look at the one that you can do. But for flying, for being a cabin crew, you have to be medically very fit to come into the sector. Let me talk about the vision and also the hearing. If you use an hearing aid, you cannot come into the sector because during emergency, you have to be able to listen to command. You need your ear. So once you use an hearing aid or you don't hear very well, sorry, this job is not for you. Then for the vision, it's okay to use glasses, but you must not have this poor sight that without your glass you cannot see. If such is your case, I'm sorry, this job is not for you. Even before you enter, they are going to run an eye test for you and also a hearing test. So your eyesight has to be good. I'm not going to say better, but it has to be very sharp because if you use glasses that you cannot see without, in the case of an emergency, once your eyeglasses get broken, that means you are going to kill all of us because you will not be able to perform anything. So you need your eye and also your ears. So that's part of the health requirements. The fifth requirement on my list is the language requirement. The general language accepted in this sector to becoming a flight attendant is English language. You must be able to write, you must be able to read, and you must be able to communicate efficiently in English language. However, you know, understanding English is different from having a very good English accent. I doubt having English accent is part of the requirement. If you understand English, it's not necessary you have this kind of American accent, like, or you can talk, yeah, because, like, let's say South Africa, Zimbabwe, the way they speak their English, that's how they work. So far you can understand and communicate in English, that is enough. You don't need to start having one American accent, nah. So far you can communicate, write and understand in English language, that is enough. The last requirement on my list is the height and weight, or you can call it the BMI. That's the body mass index. It's just like a calculation of your weight in proportion to your height. Yes, your weight in proportion to your height. You must not be underweight and you must not be overweight. But the good thing about this is that even if you're underweight, you can work on yourself. You can actually take some vitamins. So if you're overweight, the good thing is that you can actually take out some exercise. You can go for some stuff to reduce your weight. But the height, the bad thing is that once you're short, you're short. Once you're tall, you're tall. But even if you're short, you can still become a flight attendant, but you must not be extremely short. So if your weight requirement does not really matter that much, but your BMI, your body mass index, is very important. The calculation, there's a way they calculate it. You must not be obese, you must not be underweight to get into the section. However, some aviation school will take you in, but the truth is that getting a job might be very difficult for you, might be very difficult. So you need to check the weight. There's a weight requirement. Go and do your research on that. I'm not going to tell you. It's a quick one. I actually forgot to add this requirement when I was filming the first video, and I just realized there is this requirement that I want to talk about, and I feel it's necessary I talk about it to clear the air on it. There is the physical appearance requirement. It's part of the requirement. If you have visible tattoo, you cannot come into the sector. If you have visible tattoo, like for employment, it's going to be very difficult. Then if you have scar, yeah, you can come into this sector depending on your country. Like my country, I'm from Nigeria, and people can have tribal mark. Yeah, I've seen people with tribal mark walking. And also look at me, I also have a tree mark on my forehead, and I'm still walking. So like if you have K-leg sorry, if you have K-leg, you cannot come into the sector. And also like a very bad bow leg, you can't come into the sector. They check most of that. And I also want to debunk this. Many people think you have to be very beautiful. Yeah, everybody's pretty actually, but many people think that you have to be so pretty before you can come into the sector. This job is not about being beautiful. All you know is just appear clean and yeah, have a good composure. Have a good composure. Wait, English has failed me. Have a good composure. Yeah, have a good composure. So guys, these are the 6 requirements to becoming a flight attendant. If you pass all of these requirements, you're good to go. But however, I'm not trying to discourage any of you. Any place that you see that you're lagging behind in these requirements, go and work on yourself. Go and check if it's possible for you to come in. This is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you still haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification button, as every single week I'm releasing a new video. Thank you and bye bye.